Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine McCoy and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for clicking in to drop by, but if you're a returner, it is always nice to have you back. This video I am talking about part 1 of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated International Founders Day. And things are getting started on Thursday, but for me, I was not able to just jump into the festivities. My mom and we got up at 5 a.m. to drive here. And you're wondering, why is she waking up so early to drive? They're 5 or 6 hours away. Why are they getting there when nothing starts until 7 with the welcome reception? That is because I had a medical school interview today. So, as you all already know, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, which if you're not, you should follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I made a post about how I have been accepted to medical school. And I'm not saying where it is that I'm going because I'm still waiting on the end of the medical school application process. But as of right now, I have been accepted to a medical school, so I will be going. And being that I'm in the process, I still have other schools that I am interviewing with. So we drove here 5 a.m. to get here in time for a medical school interview that I had. I feel like I did a very good job. I was all dressed up in my blazer, my little interview outfit, and I had to do that for 4 hours. And then I was able to actually start enjoying and being a part of Alpha Kappa Alpha International Founders Day. And because this is the first day, it's very simple. It's always not a lot of things going on, but with the welcome reception, it's a lot of mixing and mingling, a lot of pictures, and just, as the name suggests, welcoming people to the International Founders Day. So here's a little bit of video now of what it is that I was walking into. And as you can see, I was wearing this pink bedazzled sleeve dress. It's a little see-through on the sleeves. I was wearing this cerise D, white pearls with little pink and green gemstones, and the same thing goes for the earrings as well. As you can see, also my hair is different, trying something new. So I hope that you all like it. You all do tell me when you like my little hairstyle changes, so I really do appreciate that. I am also wearing this bracelet as well as a little ivy leaf to go along with it. So that was everything I wore. And when you get down, we're taking pictures. I don't know what delusions I was having of thinking oh, I'm not the international second vice president anymore. I'll just be able to walk in, do my thing, and no one will notice me. Wrong. Very, very wrong. Especially since we are at an AKA event, and especially since it's an AKA event in the North Atlantic region, and I was initiated in the North Atlantic region. I'm still walking around. Oh my God, Jasmine, former international second vice president, can we take a picture, catch up? People also asking me about and congratulating me on the medical school announcement. So it was good. It was good being able to be with my sisters again, because this is my first international event as not being international second vice president. This is my first event back to just being a normal member. And also, I went and got my registration. And you're thinking, that's something everyone does, as usual. And it's yes, I got to do it myself. I got to go to registration to get my stuff, and it wasn't my protocol escort doing it for me. So it felt good and also there wasn't a line, so that made it a fun experience, because no one likes waiting in the registration line. But it felt good being able to walk up, put my member ID number in there, have my stuff printed out, and then receive my registration gifts. So let's take a look at that now. The first thing we have in our registration packet is our program book. And our program book is all the things we need to know soaring into 2023, celebrating 115 years of service and sisterhood. International Founders Day, January 12th through 15th, 2023. Danette Anthony Reed. And it's just, it's so nice being able to see this, having another in-person International Founders Day. We have our schedule at a glance. We have our founders, the sophomores, the service projects. Side note, I am very much looking forward to my service project that I'm going to be going to, which is a period poverty project. And for those of you that don't know, period poverty is when a woman or a group of women do not have adequate access to the healthcare needs that arise when someone is on their period. So pads, tampons, sanitary wipes, and we are going to be packaging and shipping those off to people who are experiencing period poverty. And that's something that I am going to be working with tomorrow. So very excited. I'll take y'all with me tomorrow. But these, and then they do have other service projects as well. The next thing from our registration packet was this pink and green tote that says Prince George's County, Maryland proud. Get to know us. Angela D. Alsobrooks, County Executive. And we love anything in pink and green. So inside we have an Explore Alexandria official visitors guide and map. We have a destination guide for Prince George's County, as well as Kleenex. Thank you. I love it. I appreciate it. My nose is always running. Then we also have a Purell single. We have some mints and another mint. So that was everything that Prince George's County gave us as a welcome to their great city for International Founders Day. Very happy to be here. I was here literally 2 months ago-ish when we had our mass committee meeting, because I am on the International Former Board of Directors Leadership Council. So being able to be back in a beautiful place. I didn't get any video of it today because like on our way in, I was in interview mode. So I'm going to show you all pictures, videos of where I am and how beautiful it is tomorrow. And then the best part. It is no secret on this channel that black is my favorite color. So we have black, 115th Founders Day, you turn it around, and then we have the shield. I love a nice big tote bag, and when you open it, it has a magnet to keep it closed. So you open it and you've got this inside pocket, which also says, what does it say? It says 4.1 Boutique. So I'm assuming that this 4.1, that they are the makers of this bag. That's what we like to see. We like to see good branding, because I like being able to see who it is that created the bag somewhere. That way, if someone says, where did you get that bag? I can say, oh, 4.1 Boutique. So 4.1 Boutique is the designer of the 115th Founders Day bag. And people have been walking around with it. Absolutely adorable. I love it. And then also the registration bag had our badge, our tickets, our lanyard, all that good stuff. So what happened during the welcome reception? A lot of things happened. So I had this like really major epiphany of like, wow, like it's really happened. Like I am not in office. I am not in office, and we are in an entirely new administration. Because when we have the introduction of all of our like board of directors members, I'm not up there. Most of the regional directors that I worked with aren't up there. I mean, the only ones who are from my time on the board of directors are the Far Western Regional Director, Shelby D. Bogney, the South Central Regional Director, Joya T. Hayes, and the South Atlantic Regional Director, Carolyn G. Randolph, who is now the International Secretary, and then Elise Garrier, former undergraduate member at large, now International Second Vice President, and then, of course, Danette Anthony Reed, the first Vice President, now being the International President and CEO. So hearing all these new names, it's like, oh, it has really happened. We are really in a new administration, new voices, new thoughts, new ideas, and that is something that's very exciting for me. I got to just sit out in the crowd and watch. And my mom and I, we did miss the dance introduction that happened, but I saw their outfits. They were really cute, and I'm sure that they did an amazing job. And we had a couple of greetings from our international president and CEO. We had some greetings from our North Atlantic Regional Director. She and I share a number in Lambda Upsilon. We were both number 6. She came out and she talked, she spoke, she welcomed everyone to the notable North Atlantic region, the birthplace of Alpha Kappa Alpha, and she did a great job. And here's a little bit of video of that now.
Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I'm Alicia Peggy Spearman, the North Atlantic Regional Director, and I am rejoicing today and so very glad. Rejoicing in the fact that I am able to humbly serve as our Sisterhood's North Atlantic Regional Director in Alpha Kappa Alpha's first region, has the distinction of being the birthplace of our sorority. And I am glad beyond measure that we have all been blessed to be present this weekend together to soar in service and sisterhood and to bear witness to a love sincere and rare that has survived and endured. We began so humbly well over a century ago on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C., and we should rejoice that we can gather to commemorate and celebrate 115 years of service and sisterhood. Sorors, our gathering here is a testament to survival. Despite it all, Alpha Kappa Alpha was built to hold fast to her mission and purpose, and we have done so by outplaying, outwitting, and outlasting those forces that have challenged or threatened our existence along the way. Alpha Kappa Alpha has outplayed through foresight, always staying ahead of the curve and setting trends, and we all know.
The next thing that we had to finish out our welcome reception was a viewing of the new movie/documentary that is going to be aired on PBS for Black History Month, Women's History Month, and HBCU Week is the new movie/documentary called Alpha Kappa Alpha, A Legacy of Service. It was very good. I am obviously the kind of person who loves sitting and watching documentaries, learning about new ideas, new thought processes, new people. So being able to sit and hear about the sorority that I know and love, yet again, we've already heard 20 Pearls, being able to have something new, something different. Alpha Kappa Alpha, A Legacy of Service. I was sitting there having a great time. And the entire goal of this was to take you through the history of Alpha Kappa Alpha in terms of the great achievements that were made by its leaders. So what was this leader known for? What did this leader spearhead? Was it the Mississippi Health Project? Was it the Cleveland Job Corps? Was it EAF Leadership Fellows? When talking about Leadership Fellows, because, and especially to me, that is something that's very important, since that is where I first started receiving those questions of, have you thought of running for international second vice president? I think you would make a good candidate. You should consider running. So having that experience, knowing that it is where a lot of people get, and especially a lot of undergraduate member at large or international second vice presidents, that's where we get the first seeds planted of going on to become candidates and then getting elected. It was like, oh, this is what it's all about. Making and molding our young leaders, that way they can go on and go for these positions of leadership within the sorority. And then also another reason why I like this section is because it had a picture of me in this section of the documentary. I'm gonna be on however many people who watches this TV. I'm gonna be on people's TV. So I'm in a picture where myself and then she is now the North Atlantic Regional Director, Alicia Pegues-Spearman, but at the time she was the chairman of the Leadership Fellows Program. And it's her and me and a bunch of other people from the North Atlantic region, and we're all kind of huddled up. Just, I think in that moment she was talking to us about what it means to be from the North Atlantic region, how it means that we're supposed to be leaders, that we are first, that we are the birthplace of leadership within the sorority, and that can even be represented here at the Leadership Fellows Program. And then also just that she was proud of us for representing our region well. So that's the picture that you see when you're watching the movie, and it just made me feel good. And other things that it talked about EAF, it talked about ELA, it talked about just all of the, we also talked about HBCU for life and the amazing things that Glenda Glover was able to achieve during her administration, which I was a part of. And then it ended the documentary with talking about what will happen and all of the goals and plans that we have for the future when it comes to Danette Anthony Reed and her administration. So, beautiful documentary. I can't wait to watch it literally 3 more times, or whenever it is that they release it in Black History Month, Women's History Month, and HBCU Week. So it's gonna be good. After that, we had a bit of a Q&A between the International Second Vice President, undergraduate member at large, and our international president. All 3 of them came out and they had a interview where they were asking each other questions. So that was a very good moment, and here's a little bit of video from that section now.
So many people have heard the story of Alpha Kappa Alpha. So what makes this documentary different?
That's a good question. What I would say that we wanted to make sure that we did as we went from the 110th to the 115th is start to again go back and remind everybody about the story, and to kind of do the enactment, because that's kind of fun. We can kind of go back and really kind of feel that history, and then make sure that our precious pearls were there to also help us live and tell the story. And I think they did a wonderful job.
What was your vision for this documentary? Can you tell us that from start to finish? Where did the original idea come from?
You know, I had thought about this 5 years ago, 5 to 6 years ago, and had been talking to several different folks about how do we make sure that when we have that 115th anniversary, we continue the legends and not the legends, but the facts, and start looking at all the things about the organization. So that's how we started it. And as we kind of just grew and grew, and we started working on it and trying to determine how can we make something that sorors could see and really feel what it felt like to be back in 1908, 1913, and all those years.
Then that was the end, and we were just mingling, taking more pictures. Myself and Jasmine Williams, we got together, we found Elise, and we took our own little picture again, as well with Amani Butts. And especially for the 3 of us being able to be together again, awesome, beautiful. They're my girls. They're my girls. So we had a great time, and then also taking pictures with everyone from Great Lakes region, come take this picture. Everyone from North Atlantic region, come take this picture. So I like when that happens because you see all of the regions going off, clustering themselves, just having a good time. And then it was time to go up to film this little recap video for you all. And now I'm gonna get ready for bed because we have a big day ahead of us tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.